It's a division matchup. The Seattle Mariners and the Oakland Athletics. Ready to go on 2K Sports.
They think they have a strong home field advantage. Final score will determine that. We'll see if the A's get it right. Focus and determination. Justin Dukeshire, one of the best we'll see him today. Gary Thorne, Steve Phillips, a chance later on to catch up with Jeannie Zalasko and Steve Fizioff. 2K Sports presentation of Major League Baseball. Steve, as he gets going against these Seattle bats, what's his concern?
Gary, Justin Dukeshire has the stuff to be a starter or a reliever. He has that changeup that allows him to be effective no matter what his role.
And sponsored by State Farm, let's see how the Mariners look in their lineup. And Steve, what are you looking at today?
Jose Lopez is a guy that looks to make contact every time he goes to the plate. And he's a guy the manager likes to use to get the runner started.
Ichiro's at the plate. He'll be receiving the first pitch of the game as we get set for baseball. At the belt, Dukeshire kicks and throws. First pitch, a breaking ball, low, 1-0.
The best curveballs are the ones that start in the strike zone, then fall out of the strike zone. He couldn't get him to fish for that one, though.
One 0 on the way. Slider is low, 2-0. Now the 2-0 pitch. He looks at that fastball. Called strike, 2-1.
Good life on this fastball as he just buries it down and away.
Two-one pitch. Hit hard. Oh, man, was that close. That was right back at him. Somehow he got out of the way. And the throw, not in time with that throw. He's on at second. Gonna have to take a look here through a cloud of dust on that play at second base.
Well, he rounded first base, going in very, very hard into second. Feet first slide. He's in there.
And if he hadn't put that slide on, I think they had him. Here's a look at the A's on defense. And Steve, scouting anyone here?
Well, take a look at the defense, and you look at Matt Holliday out there. Not a guy just known for his bat. He can cover some ground in the outfield. A solid, professional defender out there.
Betancourt at the plate. Swing and a rocket toward short. That's one away. Branyan is the batter now. 1 on, 1 out. It's fouled off. Popped him up, shallow left field. 2 men have been put away.
For the Seattle Mariners, third base, number 29, Adrian Beltre.
And Adrian Beltre stands in. 2 outs and a runner on second. At the belt, Dukeshire kicks and throws. And Suzuki the play. Throws to first in time. That's 3 down. And so out of the inning, only 8 pitches thrown. That's pretty efficient. And we move on to the home half of the first. And out on the mound, we've got Felix Hernandez. He'll be Seattle's starter. So, Steve, got to be conscious of key things. What are those things in this Oakland lineup?
Well, this right-hander with outstanding stuff on the mound. He should be able to go out this lineup and neutralize them, even with the left-handed bats in there. He has all the pitches to shut them down.
And it's Buck batting. Just missed with the fastball. 1-0. 1-0 pitch is a fastball, swung on and missed. 1-1.
What a disappointing 2008 season. I mean, such expectations for the Mariners after a pretty good 07. A lot of people thought they'd compete, but it went wrong right from the start and just got worse. And their road record, absolutely pitiful.
Ooh, he pulls the string with a circle change, 1-2. And certainly for this ball club, the worst win record in the majors. I mean, that's phenomenal.
Well, you know, we talk about that on the road. They were 26 and 55, so it's awfully tough to be a playoff team when you cannot win road games.
Well, he finished that one off with a strikeout. Nice pitch.
I'll tell you what, with this kind of fastball, you can make a living up in the zone. He runs it up and away. The hitter was thinking something else.
Bob Guerin's got his lineup set, and it's brought to you by State Farm. And let's do a little scouting report here, Steve. Who are you looking at?
Well, a big source of this offense is Mark Ellis, a guy that can take you deep if you make a mistake.
It's going to be Ellis now. He's part of this offensive lineup that Bob Guerin has crafted. Slider swung on and missed. 0-1.
Well, they say swing hard in case you hit it, and that's what he did right there. That's a huge swing. Didn't get it, though.
Now here's a grounder towards the hole. And he steps on first. That's the second out.
Now batting for the Oakland Athletics, left fielder, number 5.
Got a chance to check out the Mariners and how they line up defensively. Now, Steve, anyone in particular we should keep an eye on?
Well, Adrian Beltre can make all the plays. He's especially good at the slow roller play, Gary.
And it's Matt Holliday in the box now. Hitting .320. Two outs and nobody on. Called strike. Hernandez has him 0-1 now.
Well, I have to go out of the strike zone here on the 0-1 count. He tends to be very aggressive here. See if you can't get him to chase.
Here it comes. A line drive towards the hole. Base hit. Gets it down. That's our first hit of the game for these guys.
Listen, even if they don't score this inning, getting a man on base and extending the inning may help them the next time around.
And Jason Giambi in the box. Two outs and a man on first. Fastball too low. 1-0.
Well, in 2008, Oakland A's went 75 and 86, but they did win 43 games at home, so a little better than you might anticipate, but they did come in third in the West.
Pauses, and now the 1-0. Ooh, that looked pretty good, but he falls behind. 2-0. And we talked about the success of the A's at home, Steve. One of the reasons pitching in this ballpark can be pretty good. They've got some room to work.
Well, they have some good arms. They made some deals in the offseason, brought in some young arms, but they're a very, very young team, and it's tough to win when you're this young.
Swing and a line to left. And that gets down. Giambi's got a base hit.
He goes right with the pitch and slaps the ball into left field.
And if you try and pull that pitch, you're probably not even going to get the bat on it.
That's a ground ball to second base if he pulls that one.
It's going to be Sweeney.
Let's do this, Oakland.
Two down. Runners at first and second. And it's fouled off. The pitch. Swung, ground ball to short. Picked up by Betancourt. He'll throw one to first, and that'll do it for this half inning. No runs and a couple of hits and two left on. Both teams still looking for their first run in Oakland. The 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up. It's a nice day here, a little bit on the chilly side, but certainly not enough to detract from the game. As we get going again, and it's Jose Lopez. He'll start us out here in the second. At the belt, Dukeshire kicks and throws. And that gets down for a base hit. Lopez is going to go for it.
Well, picks up a base hit right there, and now off to a pretty good inning. Nobody out, runners on base.
Vladimir Valentin.
Valentin at the plate. He's in his third season. Runner on first base, nobody out. He takes that one. Dukeshire has him 0-1.
You know, a year ago, the A's won this series 10 games to 9, but for both these teams, they're looking for better fate this year than last, as they both really struggled.
He delivers. Swing and a foul straight back. Certainly we talked about the struggles last season for both of these teams, Steve. For Seattle, unexpected. For Oakland, a little less so. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that you know, both these teams need to turn it around. They're both very young, and the offense needs to improve. Low, and it's 1-2.
This cut fastball is a very effective pitch for this guy because it allows him to set up all of his other pitches.
Slider tough to lay off, and it's 2-2.
2-2 count. You still have a pitch you can waste, and you can make one of those borderline strikes and see if you can get him to chase it.
Curveball in there for a called strike 3.
Now he's been trying to work him down and in. He made his pitch right there.
And if you're the hitter, the only thing you're going to do with that is foul it off, and he didn't even get to that point. It's going to be Clement now. Runner at first with one down. Here's a swing and a fly ball to right center. Out number 2.
It's not just the players on the field that help win games. It's also the guys in the dugout. They shift the outfielders around to right field, put them in exactly the right spot, and it paid off.
Gutierrez at the plate. 2 outs and a man on first. Swing and a chopper, foul ball. At the belt, Dukeshire kicks and throws. Waves and misses at the curve, just like that, 0-2.
Well, like a lot of hitters with 2 strikes, he's been very susceptible to the breaking ball. Let's see if he gets it.
Fastball swung on and missed, and the side's retired. No runs on a hit, and they'll strand it. We'll go to the bottom of the second. And Eric Chavez to bat. Batting .247. He's going to start the second for the home team. Hernandez gets set and delivers. Swings and misses the slider. 0-1. Here's the pitch. A swing and a foul off to the right side. And Chavez swings and misses, strike 3.
His pitches complement one another. They work off of each other, and he used a tremendous sequence right there. 1, 2, 3, strikeout, see you later.
And Suzuki's in the box. Base is empty, 1 out. And Hernandez got him to go around on that one. First strike. Hit hard to second. And Lopez picks it up. Throws to first. He's retired. That's 2 down.
For the Oakland Athletics, shortstop, number 7, Bobby Crosby.
Crosby into the batter's box. Base is empty and 2 down. Tees up for that first pitch and misses. 0-1. Hernandez gets set and delivers. Good power curve there. He's ahead 0-2.
Well, he goes to the breaking ball and pulls the string on it. Hit him way out in front.
This one hit and a long foul ball down the left side. Curveball that tied him up in knots. Swung on and missed. Side retired. No scoring here, ending this half inning. Second inning over. Move on to the third. And a little bit of sun peeking through now. We've had a lot of cloudy skies here today, but a good day for baseball. And about ready to get going. And in the batter's box, LaHare hitting .250. He'll get things going here in the third. Swung on, grounded towards the hole. Over to Barton. One down.
At the plate for the Seattle Mariners, right fielder, number 51, Ichiro.
And it's Ichiro in the box now. Number 1 in hits last year. 1 out, nobody on. First pitch on the way to Ichiro. That one's too high, taken for a ball as Dukeshire tries upstairs. Suzuki setting up. Hit in the air to center field. And he gets it down. He's 2 for 2 now. And that's going to bring Yuniesky Betancourt to the plate.
Shortstop, number 7, Yuniesky Betancourt.
Grounded out last time. 1 out, man on first. First pitch on the way. Curveball swung on and missed. Now it's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Dukeshire. Swing and a miss at that fastball. No balls, 2 strikes. Ichiro's going to steal. Fastball got him 2 down. And he's in there at second base.
When you're getting guys out with 3 pitches, you're doing all the right things.
And that's a nice way to keep that pitch count down right in the zone. Branyan gets a turn here. Popped up his last at bat. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. The first pitch. That one wide as Dukeshire misses.
He tried to backdoor that pitch, but left it out and away.
Checks him at second. And he's back easily. Made a dive to get in. Pitch is a cutter. Swung on and missed. 1-1.
He gets the cut fastball. It just doesn't drop much, and he swings right underneath.
Spins on a throw behind the runner. A dive, and he's back in easily. The 1-1. Boy, excellent movement to the cutter, and it's 1-2.
Well, Gary, he's got such an effective fastball. He likes to use it. And, you know, 1-2 count. He doesn't like to mess around. Look for him to go right at him with the heater.
The pitch. Slider swung on and missed. Struck him out. That's going to retire the side. So they pick up a hit but leave a man at second and fail to score. Both teams still looking for their first run in Oakland. Shot there of their manager. Plenty on his mind, I think. Pleased with the pitching so far, hoping to get some life out of his lineup. It's going to be Barton. He'll start things off for the home team. We're in the third.
Stink, pitcher.
And Hernandez got him to go around on that one. First strike. On the way. He swings and hits this one. It's going to be fielded by Ichiro. One away now.
At the plate for the Oakland Athletics, right fielder, number 6, Travis Buck.
And it's Buck batting. Struck out swinging last time. Nobody on base. One away. And here's the first one. Ball swung on and hit. Ichiro to field it. And that'll retire Buck. 2 down.
We almost got burned on this one. They shifted the outfield to the left like the percentages say. He hit the ball to right, but the defense able to run it down and pull it in.
2 outs and nobody on. And Hernandez got him to go around on that one. First strike.
He swung like he thought he knew what was coming, but it doesn't matter how hard you swing, you have to make contact.
Here's the pitch. Strike 2 there. No balls, 2 strikes. Ellis, pitcher's in charge.
That's a tough location for any hitter to put in play. That kind of breaking ball down in the zone.
That misses at the shins. 1-2.
Got the hitter out in front, but he had the discipline to lay off the changeup out of the zone.
There's a swing, and that one's hit on the ground. The 1-2 on its way. And Mark Ellis watches that one go by. Count is even.
Well, he doesn't want to lose him. A 2-2 count. He's going to go right at him. You've got a good fastball. This is the time to use it.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Smashes that one towards the shortstop. Betancourt able to pull that one in. And a good defensive half inning. 3 up, 3 down. Now we move on to the top of the 4th. Those of you just coming on board, along with Steve Phillips, I'm Gary Thorne. This is MLB on 2K Sports. And it's Adrian Beltre in the box now. He's going to get us started here in the 4th. First one to Beltre. Here's the pitch. Now a check swing here. They want to confirm that down at first. Did he go? No swing is the call on the appeal. At the belt, Duxier kicks and throws. 1-0 pitch, change up in there. 1-1.
Look, Gary, the way this is going so far in the 4th, I mean, they do have 3 hits. So they've had a couple of base runners, but I think that because they're not mounting hit after hit, they may have to put some plays on to get the runners moving.
1-1 pitch, slider, taken for a strike, 1-2.
I don't think he liked that call very much, but the reality is he couldn't hit that any day of the week. That's a great pitch.
The 1-2 pitch. And that breaks low, and it even ends up in the dirt. A swing line to left center. And that gets it done. Beltre a base hit. And that brings up Jose Lopez.
Second baseman for Jose Lopez.
He singled in his last at bat. Runner on first. First one to Lopez. Here's the pitch. On the ground to short. He grabs it. There's one. And they get it. They turn two. Well, here's a double play that looked like they ordered up.
Great turn and throw at second base. He was ready to make the play. An example of a nicely executed double play.
Valentine at the plate. 0 for 1 thus far. 2 outs, bases empty. And here's the first one. Here's a swing and a ground ball. It goes foul. Pitch on the way. Has him uppercutting that time, and it's 0-2.
Oh, he doesn't like to mess around. You get 0-2 on him. He's coming at you with the fastball.
He delivers. Cut fastball. Swung on and missed. Side retired. So no runs on one hit and nobody left on. Top half of the fourth inning over. Now on to the home half. Will be the new pitcher. He's been brought in now, and hopefully he won't get hurt. And Steve, after that last play, he immediately went straight to his arm. That is not a good sign. And the first pitch. And now a check swing. They say he went around. Let's take a look at first to see if he did. Just a little too much on the swing. The strike is called. And Hernandez can't get him to swing at that low pitch.
Now, if you're going to miss, this is where you want to miss. Throw that breaking ball at the bottom of the strike zone. If the hitter swings and puts it in play, it's a ground ball out.
Good looking fastball. Called the ball though. 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Liner towards the hole. Diving stop. Lopez. And it's in time from his knees to get the out. Only way he's going to make this play once he stopped it was to make that throw the way he did.
Well, even after the diving stop, I didn't know if they were going to have enough time to get him at first, but he didn't get to his feet. Throwing from his knees was the key.
And Jason Giambi in the box. He's 1 for 1 so far. Base is empty with 1 away. And Giambi ready for the first pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to right center. That one falls in there for a base hit. That'll bring Ryan Sweeney up.
Center fielder, number 15, Ryan Sweeney.
Grounded out his last time up. 1 out. Runner on at first. And the first pitch. This one hit foul off to the left side.
Oh, good looking catch in the stands right there. They're paying attention out there.
Tell you, these fans are getting better every year, and they know right where the camera is.
Well, you know what? In the celebration, every time somebody in the stands gets a ball, they jump up and down like it's Christmas.
That is strike 2. He's behind. Felix Hernandez in charge. This is in the air, straight away left. Now it's 2 away.
Now coming to bat for the Oakland Athletics, third base, number 3, Eric Chavez.
And Eric Chavez to bat. Struck out swinging his last time up. 2 outs and a man on first. And the first pitch. Hernandez too far outside. That's a ball.
They went with the big curveball off the plate, trying to get him to reach for it, but he lays off.
You don't even see you, man. Take that base. Steal one off this pitch.
That one is swung and a miss by Chavez, and it'll even it up. On the ground to short. Picked up by Betancourt. And they get the force at second that time. That'll do it. No runs at a base hit. They leave 1 man on at first. Both teams still looking for their first run in Oakland. We got the bottom 3 in the lineup due up. We've got Jeff Clement in the box. 0 for 1 thus far. Here's Clement's first look. Swung on and a grounder to first. And he'll step on the bag. That'll be the first out.
Oh, he makes a nice play at first. Takes care of it himself. Goes over, touches the base.
Gutierrez at the plate. 0 for 1 thus far. 1 out, nobody on. He delivers. And this is inside. That got him pretty good.
Well, that's not where he wanted to throw that fastball. It gets away from him. That hurts. Let's see if he rubs it going down a base.
And in the batter's box, LaHare. Now in his 2nd major league season. Runner at first with 1 down. Oh, Gutierrez stealing. And his throw, he is out. Great throw. A line drive toward short. Crosby fielding that one. Throws on to first in time to retire the side. No runs, no hits, nobody across the plate in this half inning, and nobody left on base. 5th inning baseball underway, and we go to the home half. And you're looking at Bob Guerin. He's watched some great deliveries on the mound. Struggling bats, though. Important now to get the offense stinging. And Suzuki's in the box. He's going to start the home half of the 5th. First pitch, here it comes. And Hernandez got him to go around on that one. First strike.
Well, outstanding pitching effort so far here. I mean, he's left 3 runners on base in this game. I mean, but he's just shutting down this lineup, and when he needs to make a pitch, he seems to always find a way to do it.
Pulled it back, didn't bunt right there, but it's a strike, and it's 0-2. He deals. That one's fouled back out of play behind home. Fastball swung out and missed. Struck him out. 1 away.
Well, credit the pitcher right there. Good 2-strike pitch down and away. Not much he could have done with that, even if he had made contact.
Crosby into the batter's box. He was a strikeout victim last time through the lineup. 1 out, bases empty. First pitch on the way. Called strike. Hernandez has him 0-1 now.
Well, this is exactly the situation where he's going to pull the curveball out. This guy really struggles with it when he's behind.
Inside for a ball, evens the count at 1.
They set up inside. They threw it inside, just missing the corner.
And he looks at the slider in there, and it's 1-2 now.
He has great rotation on his breaking ball right here, and he hits the perfect spot. The hitter just gave up on it.
Late break to that thing. Tough to lay off it, but it's 2-2. Now here's a grounder towards the hole. Throw is not in time, and that will be an infield single. And he's on. Costly error to allow him to reach base.
He takes this 1-2 pitch down in the zone. He's able to go down and get it, get a good part of the bat on the ball, and pick up the base hit.
That's a tough pitch to hit. When you're behind in the count, you just want contact, and he got it. One out, man on first. First pitch. And Hernandez got him to go around on that one. First strike.
Well, if you've done your homework, you know how you're going to attack this guy. You got to go with the slider here.
Now Clement positions himself. Swung on, line softly toward the left side. Betancourt able to pull that one in. And they'll hold him at first base.
It looked like he was on it, but he just didn't quite center it. Just ends up being a soft liner to the shortstop.
And it's Buck batting. Last time up, flew out. A runner on first with 2 outs. First pitch on the way. Called strike. Hernandez has him 0-1 now. Good arm action. Circle change, swung out and missed. 0-2.
Well, he's just spinning himself into the ground right there. That changeup just about stopped at the plate.
Tries to get him to golf at that one, but he lays off, and 1-2 count.
A changeup down in the zone is one of the most effective pitches if used in the right sequence. Nice pitch. The hitter just lays off.
Shot back to first. That's caught. Side is retired. So they can't push any across here in this half of the inning. 5 innings down as we go to the 6th. And if you're just coming on board, this is Gary Thorne along with Steve Phillips. We've got Major League Baseball on 2K Sports. And we're going to see Ichiro here. Led the American League in hits last year. The pitch. First pitch is a curveball outside, 1-0.
Some kind of player, no doubt about it. They're glad to have him in the lineup because he can get it done, and he got it done all season long last year, Gary.
Fastball low, 2-0.
Gary, his great speed comes into play offensively in a lot of different ways, and you know the infield going to have to play more shallow because of that speed.
Swing and a liner to right center, and he gets it down. That's his 3rd hit, 3 for 3.
Now batting for the Seattle Mariners, shortstop, number 7,
Betancourt at the plate. Grounded out his last time through.
Gary, they're going to have to be very careful with the runner at first base. He can run. They may call a pitch.
He's running. And he is out trying to take second. He got him. Good pitch to throw on, Steve.
Well, he had the fastball, and it was set up in the right spot. He had a quick release to gun down the runner.
Here's the 1-0. Swung on, grounded towards the hole. And that sets down Betancourt.
Well, nice play by the third baseman. Been able to get over, get in front of the ball, and make the throw across the field. Well done.
Branyan up now. Struck out swinging last time. Base is empty with 2 outs. Here's the first pitch. Here's a swing, a fly ball deep down the line and right. And Buck grabs that one, and the side's retired. In, out of the inning. 6 pitches, and it's over. Both teams still looking for their first run in Oakland. And it's Mark Ellis at the plate. He's going to lead off bottom half of the 6th inning. Fouled away. Hernandez gets set and delivers. And Mark Ellis watches that one go by. Count is even.
You know, when a pitcher has a solid 4-seam fastball like him, it allows him to bust a hitter inside and not worry about the ball tailing back over the plate.
Good downward movement on that pitch. It's 1-2. And that 4-seam fastball follows the all-time rules of baseball. Hard and in. Down and away.
No question about that. You've got to keep hitters honest and keep them off the outside corner to be successful.
1-2 pitch coming. And Mark Ellis watches that one go by. Count is even.
Again, they've left 4 runners on base so far in the game, so they've had a couple of opportunities, you know, to be able to try to make something happen, but just have not been able to come up with a big hit or a long ball.
This is pop foul to the right side, but playable. That's 1 down.
Now batting for the Oakland Athletics. Left fielder, number 5, Matt Holliday.
And Matt Holliday up. 1 for 2 in the ball game. Base is empty, 1 out. Here's the first pitch to Holliday. Smash towards the hole, and he boots it. But he stays with it, gets the out. That's how you do it.
Now batting for the Oakland Athletics. Designated hitter, number 16, Jason Giambi.
And it's Jason Giambi now. 2 for 2 in the game. 2 outs and nobody on. Hernandez gets set and delivers. Circle change, cut out and missed. 0-1.
But Gary, now that he's ahead in the count, it's probably a good time to go to the changeup.
Now here's a grounder towards the hole. And he throws on to first. That'll retire the side. And he has just been magnificent through 6. Still got outs to get, Steve, but he's in this one.
Gary, he's got his great stuff and his great location.
At the end of the 6th inning. And Adrian Beltre stands in. He'll lead off the 7th inning.
Number 20, Adrian
First one to Beltre. Here's the pitch. Here's a swing and a liner to left center. And he's on. That's the go-ahead run.
You know, with base runners on, you get a man at first base. Now you're looking not just for the single, but it'd be nice to get that extra base hit to try to score him from first.
And it's Jose Lopez in the box now. He hit into a double play as last time. The runner on first, no outs. And he delivers. Ground ball towards second. Picks it up. Gets one. Back to first, not in time. Not quick enough on the relay. Steve, he barely made it that time. Second baseman had a chance, didn't get him.
I thought he'd get him too, Gary, but it just took a little too long to get out of the glove and make the throw, and he beat it out.
Valentine at the plate. He was a strikeout victim last time through the lineup. 1 down, runner at first. And here's the first one. This one's pretty well hit to deep left center. And it's going to be Holliday. It's off the wall in left center. Looked at a second like he might go, but I guess he's happy with first.
Well, they tried to sneak that first pitch fastball by him, but he was sitting on it, and he whacked it in the left.
We've got Jeff Clement in the box. 0 for 2 thus far. 1 out with runners at first and second. Now the first pitch. Fastball just misses. 1-0.
Gotta like the location here. Pound the bottom of the strike zone. Just misses, but he's in the right spot.
This is swung on, lifted to deep right field. This one towards Buck. Lopez towards third base. Not in time. In there at third.
Well, that's a huge out right there. Now with 2 down, they've got a legitimate chance of getting out of this inning with the game still tied. Franklin Gutierrez, some power in that bat, looking to deliver some thunder. Let's see if he can get it done right here, Gary.
I think he's thinking about how he's going to drill towards the hole. That's down. Runner could come home.
Well, that's an awfully big at bat right there. I mean, we've been waiting for somebody to come through. He delivers in the clutch, scoring that run. Now the first run of the ball game. They got a lead.
And in the batter's box, LaHare. Now, Steve, you get that feeling right now this offense is not going to be stopped. They've got themselves a lead late.
Well, they were given an opening, and they took it. And now they have a lead late in the game.
And that's a hit. Holiday to field. That one's grabbed. Side retired. And the markings of a shutout going. No longer. The drought ended with that run. Seattle with the lead, 1-0. And if you're just tuning in, great to have you with us. Gary Thorne, Steve Phillips, bringing you Major League Baseball on 2K Sports. It's going to be Sweeney. He's going to get things going here. Home half, 7th inning. And the first pitch. And Hernandez got him to go around on that one. First strike.
Now, Gary, it's tough to score when you only get 3 hits. We're deep into this ball game, and they have just not been able to mount any pressure against him today.
Watches that one for a called strike. 0-2.
At 0-2, you're in complete control right now, so I'm throwing him something out of the strike zone to see if I can get him to chase.
Hickson throws. Rings him up. You can almost taste the adrenaline right now, Steve. You can just tell he's getting stronger as he goes along.
He's got so much confidence. He's just knocking the bats out of the batter's hands.
Steve, he must have been looking for something else on that pitch.
Well, you're right. It wasn't a bad pitch to hit, but he must have been looking out over the plate and got caught inside.
And Eric Chavez to bat. Bounced into a fielder's choice as last time. 1 out, bases empty. Now Chavez gets set. And he offers at the circle change and misses. 0-1.
Like Gary clearly had him fooled right there, had him overcommitted, out on the front foot, swings right over the top of the ball.
And that's a strike. Chavez is going to have to be very protective here. And it holds at 0-2. There's a ground ball. That's a foul. High chopper goes foul. Swung on, grounded towards the hole. Now it's 2 down. The question is, can he keep this going?
Now, you know what? It's different for every guy, but from what we see today, he is locked in, dominating stuff, and he looks strong.
And Suzuki's in the box. Struck out swinging his last time up. Base is empty and 2 down. Hernandez gets set and delivers. Beltre in position. Throws to first in time. That's 3 down. And Stevie has shut him down, and it's 7 now under his belt.
Unstoppable at this point. Absolutely unstoppable. I think he's going to finish it off.
Seattle still protecting their measure of a lead. We've got the top of the order coming up. And it's Ichiro in the box now. He'll lead it off here. Inning number 8. First pitch to him. Swung and a ground ball to third.
Now back for the Seattle Mariners. Shortstop, 7.
Betancourt at the plate. Ground out victim last time through. 1 out, nobody on. Just off the outside, and it's 1-0.
Trying to run that four-seam fastball up and away from the hitter, but just didn't get enough of the zone.
Hit on the ground over to shortstop. Picked up by Crosby. And that sets down Betancourt.
Now batting for the Seattle Mariners. Designated hitter, number 30, Russell Branyan.
Branyan settles in. Flew out last time. 2 outs, bases empty. And the first pitch. Fastball is high, 1-0.
Well, he missed with the first pitch, so I'm betting he's going to come back with the fastball right here, as he's done in the past.
Swing, and that's going to be hit behind the plate. Here it comes. On the ground to second. Picked up by Ellis. Throws to first, side is retired. And nothing across here in this half of the inning. And here come the A's, home half of their 8th inning. Messenger on the mound as the Mariners bring in their reliever.
I'll tell you what, this is one of those decisions you can go either way.
Now here's a grounder towards the hole. And they get him at first base. Good hustle by the pitcher to get over there.
Now, great work by the pitcher there. He's normally not called upon to play first base. He does a nice job completing the task and getting the out.
It's going to be Barton. 0 for 2 thus far. Base is empty with 1 away. Here's the first pitch. Takes a swing at that fastball. Can't connect. 0-1.
You got the hitter down in a hole. You know he struggles with sliders when he's behind in the count. You got to throw him the slider.
He deals. Popped him up. Betancourt able to pull that one in.
number 6,
And it's Buck batting. Lined out in his last at bat. Base is empty and 2 down. Here's the first pitch. Swinging a high chopper to third. Beltre in position. Throws on to first, side is retired. No strikeouts, but to talk about confidence. 4 pitches, 3 batters gone. The 9th inning is coming up. Meat of the lineup coming to the plate. And Adrian Beltre up. He'll start the 9th.
Adrian Beltre.
On the way. He sends this one in the air towards center. And that gets it done. Beltre, a base hit. He's going to try to stretch it.
He's swinging a hot bat right now. It's his 3rd hit of the game. Let's see if they can rally.
Jose Lopez.
And And it's Jose Lopez in the box now. Trying again here, just 1 for 3 thus far. No one out and a runner on first. First one to Lopez. Here's the pitch. One away.
Coming to bat for the Seattle Mariners, left fielder, number 25, Vladimir Valentine.
Valentine at the plate. Had a base hit his last time up. Runner at first with one down. He delivers. Hit sharply towards the hole. On that one eats him up. But he recovers in time. Makes the play. Good work. Shortstop fired that one over and didn't get him.
Now, this is typically a routine play for the shortstop, but the runner beats it out. Good hustle, and the shortstop's got to get rid of it more quickly.
He may have misjudged the speed of the base runner. Runner on first, 2 away. Here's Clement's first look. Popped him up. And the side's retired. Ellis catches, and he heads in. No runs on a hit, and they'll strand him. Now we move on to the home half of the 9th inning. Pitching. He's coming to close for Seattle.
Managers face so many different decisions during the course of a game, and as the game goes on and it's close.
Here's a swing and a fly ball to right center. And it's in there, the tying run on board.
Gotta love the start to this inning here. Now let's see if they can keep the momentum going. Oh, take a look at Matt Holliday out there. He's just itching to come up big for his team. Definitely going to have to hold the runner close at first base. He can run. And boy, if he gets to second base, he's in scoring position and could tie this one up.
Ends up foul. At the belt, Lowe kicks and throws. Matt Holliday isn't fooled by that pitch. Count's going to be even.
Trying to sneak one in on the inside corner at the bottom of the zone, but he couldn't quite get it.
It's chopped foul to the left side. The 1-2 on its way. Matt Holliday isn't fooled by that pitch. Count's going to be even.
He likes to swing 2-2. He's very aggressive, trying to fight off that strikeout. Let's see if he can get him chase a pitch out of the zone here.
That one's on the ground, but he gets it in front of him. Kicks, throws to Holliday. Putt shot towards the hole. And it makes it through the potential winning run on.
Now, perfect situational hitting. This is exactly the time you want to go the other way.
And what we're talking about is taking the ball where it's pitched. It's outside, go the other way. It's Jason Giambi. And he is well aware of the possible winning runs on at first.
Now that last at bat was costly. The pitcher needs to bear down and get this guy.
Still nobody out. And Lowe's pitch is too low. Taken for a ball.
He's not very aggressive on an 0-1 count, Gary, so I think as a pitcher, you have to get in the zone right now. You don't want to go down at 2-0.
And he dives back safely. At the belt, the 1-0. Jambi swings and misses at that one. Evens up the count.
Gary, the numbers seem to indicate he likes to go fastball on a 1-1 count, trying to get back ahead again.
One pitch is a circle change that hits the target. 1-2.
This is why changing speeds is so important for a pitcher. You get the hitter off balance, even more effective when it's down in the zone.
The pitch. This one swung on, hit down the line and right. Ellis is headed for third. And he's in there. Could not get him.
Went out here in the 9th inning, and obviously in a situation where you're looking for outs, and you can't allow somebody to score, but if you can get an out, do what you need to get it.
Davis is going to come in and run here.
When you're looking to generate offense, speed can be an important factor. They bring in the faster base runner now. Let's see if he can do something.
It's going to be Sweeney, and he's at the plate with the possibility of tying this ball game up. Runners on.
Now, this is one of those situations you don't want the hitter to put it in play. You need a punch out.
Swung on, grounded towards the hole. In time for the out.
Well, what a good offensive team, finding a way to get the runners in. Take advantage of the opportunities when you have them. That's a good offense. Things heating up out there, Gary. Pressure situation right now. Who's going to win? Eric Chavez comes to the plate. He wants to get it done with the bat.
Got to get the bat on this one now. You're in a tie ball game. You get opportunities with runners on. Got to connect.
Gary, they're looking for that key 2-out RBI, but he's got to have patience, wait for a good pitch, and when he gets it, he's got to deliver.
2 outs and a runner on second. Now Chavez gets set. And a swinging strike on the first pitch by Lowe. 0-1.
As a hitter with a runner on base, you want to stay aggressive. When you fall behind in the count, it makes it difficult to do that.
The pitch. That one swung on, hit in the air deep to left field. That's caught. Side is retired. Well, they score once on 2 hits, 1 man left. Even game here in Oakland. A look at the skipper. He knows his team can win this ball game. Extra innings adding the pressure here. Gutierrez at the plate. Singled home a run in his last at bat. And here's the first one. He swings, hits a ball to right field. And Buck picks it up. And in the batter's box, LaHare. He flew out his last time up. 1 out, nobody on. A swing and a fly ball to left center field. And that is in there, the go-ahead run on base. Our 2K Sports Hit Tracker shows where it's been hit. This time, Steve, it's about the team.
Well, great distribution for this club, Gary. The hitting coach has to be happy that they're not dead pull hitters, not locking in at just one part of the field.
Chavez is going to come into the ball game now and run.
Well, they needed a little extra speed out there to cover the bases, potentially steal a base. Let's see if this added speed pays off.
1 out, man on first. First pitch on the way to Ichiro. There's a swing, a high pop-up behind second. Out number 2.
Well, changing speeds helps a pitcher a lot. You get the hitter off balance, it turns into easy outs like this, pop up to short.
Betancourt at the plate. He stands in now with 2 down. Possible go ahead at first.
Well, look for them to be very aggressive on the bases here, possibly an attempted steal.
Low for ball 1.
Good fastball right there. Let's see what he's going to come back with now.
1-0 pitch. That's high, 2-0. There's a swing, line drive, center field, and that gets down. Betancourt, a single.
Got to know your scouting reports, Gary. This guy likes that pitch down and in. It's effective with other hitters, but not for this guy.
It's going to be Santiago Casilla on the mound as they make the pitching swap.
Well, going to the bullpen right here, that's his chess move. Let's see if it's checkmate. If you like baseball, you gotta love a situation like this.
2 men on and 2 men out. Casilla sets and throws. Fastball taken high, 1-0.
Well, he's one of those pitchers that doesn't like to fall behind, and when he does, he wants to come right back in with that fastball, so you got to be ready for it.
Swing and a shot to third. That one gets through for a base hit. There's the throw, and he comes in to score, and they have snatched that lead.
Well, extra innings, you need somebody to step up and win it. That's a clutch at bat right there. Nothing like now putting pressure on the other team, daring them to come back in their bottom half of the inning.
And Adrian Beltre up. Well, you always hope you can get this offense going late in the ball game. They have, and they've got a lead.
A big-time clutch hitting we're seeing right there, Gary. And they break the tie in extra innings with that one.
And, Steve, the beauty of extra inning baseball is you don't have much time, you don't have many outs. You got to make everything count. And he delivers. That's a strike and an 0-2 count. And Beltre now, be careful of the K.
Well, you're right. You have to make everything count. They made it count in this frame. The question is, can they add on, and then can the pitching shut the door?
Good slider that time. Ruled the ball. 1-2.
If you're going to miss, this is where you want to miss. Throw that breaking ball at the bottom of the strike zone. If the hitter swings and puts it in play, it's a ground ball out.
Swinging a liner to left, and that gets it done. Beltre, a base hit.
Well, they just can't get this guy out. That's 4 hits for him in this one. Now, Jose Lopez loves these sorts of moments. He wants to be the star, Gary.
Looking for a put-away base hit in a tight ball game.
Gary, I think right now the pressure falls on the pitcher in this situation. He has to get the guy out, and his team is still in this game. He gives up the hit, it's going to make it a lot tougher.
Ready with a 1-0. 1-0 pitch, a curveball. That breaks outside, 2-0.
Well, this isn't the time to get cute. You've got to go right at him.
Here's the 2-0. That one's drilled to short. Oh, Crosby, a dive. He's up. Throw is not in time, and that will be an infield single. And the run comes in.
You always want a cushion as you send your pitcher out to try to shut down the game. That hit delivers a run, and now it's a 2-run game. I think they have the margin they need to hold on to victory.
Valentine at the plate, and he needs to come through here with 2 down.
Infield got to play back in this situation and get the out at the easiest base.
The first pitch. Catcher can't control it. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit softly towards the hole. That one goes foul. Swing Swings for a strike on the fastball. It'll be a 1-2 count.
He's clearly thinking, I'm going to take that two-seam fastball and show you where it should go. Swinging for the fences, but not able to make contact.
Struck him out. He gets out of this with just a little hurt. So they pick up 4 hits in the inning and 2 runs across. The Mariners out in front now. To make a defensive change.
Well, this is a good move right here. You're bringing in the better defensive player for the guy who could be a little suspect in the outfield. Defense helps you win games.
And Suzuki's in the box. He's ready to start it out here in the home half of the 10th. First pitch on the way. Swings high on that one. Starts out with a strike. Here's the 0-1 from Lowe. Who tries to frame the circle change, but it's 1-1. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air to center field. And he makes the catch. 1 away. Crosby into the batter's box. Grounded out last time. Nobody on base. 1 away. Here's the first pitch. And a swinging strike on the first pitch by Lowe. 0-1.
Look, Gary, 0-1 count. I'm looking for him to come right back with that fastball.
Hit sharply towards the hole. And that gets through. The tying run will come to bat.
The infield played it deep like they knew he was going to swing away. He did, but was still able to find the hole.
It's going to be Barton. 0 for 3 to this point. 1 out. Runner on at first. First pitch on the way. And Lowe's pitch is too low. Taken for a ball.
That's a power pitch right there. That 4-seam fastball at the knees. Just below the zone, though.
Pauses, and now the 1-0. Now here's a grounder towards the hole. 1. And 2. They got both of them that time.
They picked up a big run in the final inning, Gary, and then held the lead. And the visiting team going home happy.
We've got a moment here. Let's join Jeannie Zalasko and Steve Physioc. They're back in our studio.
Thanks, Gary. Welcome back to Hardball Central. We saw what could only be considered toughness out there on that mound in this one. I think we have to say that performer deserves our Pepsi Clutch Performer of the Game, Steve.
Well, Jeannie, it was good to be king today, as King Felix had all his pitches working, an overpowering fastball at 95, 96 miles an hour, and he showed a lot of effectiveness in that zone.
And that'll be it for Hardball Central. Gary Thorne and Steve Phillips for a post-game analysis.
Real good ball game. Great battle here, and the pitching, the better part of it, came away with a win.
And before the game, you probably would have thought 3 runs might not be enough to win this game, but lo and behold, it was.
And we thank you for tuning in. Gary Thorne, Steve Phillips, Major League Baseball.